5-star and T-Bone up in here. Let's get this party started.
Oh, we the Big Easy Mafia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we the Big Easy Mafia. Oh, we the Big Easy Mafia. Oh, we the Big Easy Mafia. Stand up, get crunk, make noise. About to go down for a black and gold bomb. We ready, jam tight, no bluff. Saints are locked the winter ring, got a handcuff. Beating down your block, Crescent City cloth in the air. Ask me if I'm a fan, I said hell yeah. Big Easy Mafia is what I be.
What's up? Welcome to another edition of Down South Sports Max. Man, we got a show tonight, and we got the whole crew on tap. So without further ado, let me introduce my boy, the voice of reason himself. What's up, Mr. Dave Robin?
Hey, what's up, guys? We got Thursday Night Football tonight. Our Saints are 0-3. We're going to talk about it all night long, or maybe at least an hour, but it's going to get worse, guys. I'm sorry to say it.
It ain't good, man. We got to see about that, bro. Hold on, man. Hold on now. And listen, we always got to have a coach on this show. We got one. What's up, my man, Mr. Shane Anderson?
Don't fucking start that.
What's going on, baby? What's going on? Here to talk about the last week. I know we missed last week, but we got a lot of news, a lot of catching up to do tonight, fellas.
A lot. And listen, we got the defensive coordinator himself. What's up, the burner? What's up, Coach Dern?
What's up, everybody? How we making out today?
Oh,
What's
man,
going
listen,
on?
you know
What's up,
that.
player?
And listen, every show's got to have the truth, the hard truth, the Paris prisoner. What's up, Mr. Patrick Gonzalez?
Man, what's going on, man? I told you, put the seatbelts on, man. It's going to be a long season ahead, bro. Just enjoy it. Listen, man, don't bring out the bags. Don't do it to us.
We're not doing that at all. Well, listen, let's dive into it, Dave. It seems like it's getting uglier and uglier about a week. What's your thoughts on this last game? Because they look bad, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, dude, I didn't like the way this one was going to go from Jump Street. Seattle very much improved defense last season. They're trending up. One of the most difficult environments to play in. We've seen the great Drew Brees even struggle out there back in those Legion of Boom days. So to me, this was going to be a hard one, man. And Seattle's offense is pretty solid as well. But, yeah, dude, it was bad in every facet. You can't just say, hey, well, the line looks good or the run game looks good. The receivers look great. The defense is playing hard. No, dude, it's just total shit all over the place. It's not one particular individual to blame. It's just a really bad effort all around. And it's not going to get better, guys, against Buffalo. I mean, we talk about, to me, the best team in the league right now, the Bills, a championship contender. It's only going to get worse. And I think you're going to have to really, get to that point where we say, hey, when do we start talking trades? We moved Marshawn Lattimore last year. When do we start talking about an Alvin Kamara, a Juwan Johnson, et cetera? We got to have to make some moves, guys, at some point.
Go ahead, Shane.
Well, it's something I agree with Dave. And look, we kind of harped on Juwan Johnson early on, during draft and stuff with the contract he got. But I got to say, man, he's one of the guys that's actually stepped up and looked pretty decent. It's one of those situations where what can you get for him? You got some guys that you could get rid of, and you can make some room, make some differences, make some changes. Obviously, we see it right now. It's not going to be a good 2025 for the Saints. We knew that coming in.
Yep.
So make some changes. See where the direction goes.
What's your thoughts, Pancho?
Yeah, man. I said way from the beginning of this, man, before they even started re-signing people. I understand everybody wants to stay home and be a lifer, a Saint for life, or stay with their team forever. That's ideally in everybody's playbook. But at the end of the day, man, dollars got to make sense here. When you're signing guys to a third contract and in some cases to a fourth contract, man, that's very rare in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a one, maybe second year contract. After that, dude, man, it's time to move on. Move the pieces, acquire some assets. At this point, man, we going 0-17, man. That's where you're going with it. Acquire assets. The only way to get better is through the draft, because you can't afford to sign players and put them on hold or put them on a roster when you have no identity on nowhere. You have no identity whatsoever.
I agree. Coach Darren, what's your thoughts, man? I know you're a diehard Saints fan.
Well, certain shit. Remember something. People's like, oh, we got to move on from AK. Listen, AK might be the only reason why you have the little bit of fans we have left in the stands. You understand what I'm saying? If you get rid of all like AK, what you gonna get for AK? He's 30 years old. What you gonna get a third round? You're really gonna get a third round for AK? You're gonna give up a third round? I mean, come on,
Yeah.
man. Let's
Hey, yeah,
make a little
AK's
bit of
30
sense.
years old,
Dude,
dude.
the Jordan
Hey,
Mason's
hey,
one of the best
Pancho,
backs in the
Pancho.
league right now. He got moved for a fifth, and he's 5 years younger.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not even worth it, is what I'm getting at it. The only reason why we have a little bit of fans left in it is because people go there to see Alvin Kamara. Once
I
Taysom Hill comes back, they come there to see him. Bro,
No, I
we
agree
can't
with
just
that,
become
Darren.
we
I agree
can't we
with the
can't just
Taysom thing
we
for
can't just
sure.
we can't just go and become when you go to the Saints game, it's 95 fucking percent San Francisco fans. It's already becoming more and more of the
what
opponents. You get rid of AK, and guess what? You might as well go ahead and turn it into a away game for the Saints.
so Darren, figure this out. So I travel to away games yearly. So the Saints right now is the cheapest game on anybody's schedule. And being New Orleans is a high destination city, on
What's
top
up,
of being the
Wilson
cheapest
Famer?
ticket, for us to go to Green Bay is a $350 ticket. For me to go to Chicago is a $375 ticket. The cheapest ticket in the dome. I mean, in a spot. To come to New Orleans, you're paying $35 for a ticket. So of course, people are gonna flock to here. Their team is gonna kick the Saints' ass. So there's no reason I went. I'm a
It's a
season ticket
win-win,
holder.
man. It's a win-win, Pancho.
And I'm going to go regardless. The fact I just know what we are looking at, and it's nothing pretty. We are 4, if not 5 years out from looking at anything right now.
Come on, man. Not 5. Come on, Pancho.
Not 5, not 5. I'm not going to go 5, but what's the
I'm
definition
saying
of
4.
insanity, y'all? Come on.
Like, you have to get rid of Cam's contract. You have to get rid of AK's contract. You have to get rid of DeMario's contract. Justin Reed just got hurt. I mean,
But
you got all these old guys with
listen.
no young talent. We have
I-
no young talent whatsoever.
I got-
Our number one cornerback is Kool-Aid, and he's getting the Fred Thomas fucking treatment right now, you know?
Well, listen, I kind of agree with. I mean, listen, I'm on the fence with it both. I kind of agree with you, Pancho, and I also agree with Darren because I agree. You've got to put something out there for these fans to go in that place and want to see. You're not going to have a sellout next year if you put this. If you go through this whole season, if you go 0-17, they will not sell that dome out next year.
Yes, so they
Listen,
will sell.
hold
So
on.
it will be a sellout because Gail Benson is going to buy just like they did this year.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be a sell, but yeah, they were the Saints are buying tickets to make it be they want to hold that record right now. But people won't be there. But yeah,
Well,
at the end of the day,
let me get this real quick though, y'all.
Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
So here's my thing, and this is like
What up,
so
Mark?
one part of Darren, like you said, I'm on the fence a little bit. You definitely got to trade guys. Look at Lattimore right now. Marshawn Lattimore is all of a sudden becoming a weakness on his team. They're going after him on defenses. It's always better to get rid of a guy too soon than too late. We know that. But Taysom Hill, okay, Darren makes a great point with Taysom Hill. You're not going to get the value. No one's ever going to give you the value, the fair value for Taysom Hill, who's in his mid-30s, has the injuries. But to me, Taysom Hill is one of the biggest reasons Saints fans come to the yard. So I'm good with keeping Taysom Hill. But for the guys, if I can go get rid of Juwan Johnson's contract, Alvin Kamara's cap figure for the next year or so, if I can get rid of guys like that and get assets, even if it's third-round picks, fourth-round picks. I mean, look, dude, fourth-round picks get you Hall of Fame guards like Jari Evans. They get Jimmy Graham.
I would
You can
advocate
make these moves with fourth-round picks if you draft properly. Because, like Pancho said, you're going to have to do this in the draft. We can't keep name recognition killed us. We went and got Jarvis Landry, washed up Jimmy Graham, all these guys, and we sold it to the fans, and it was a bunch of bullshit. It was a bunch of washed-up players to put asses in seats. To me, you want sellouts? You know what you do? You play winning football. You play winning baseball, winning basketball. It doesn't matter the names on the back of the jersey. You win, those new guys become the new loved ones of the fans. They become the new favorites when you start.
Listen, and Richie, listen.
Hold up, I'm gonna hear you out. But Shane, you've been a coach on a semi-pro level. How would you treat this situation right now? And I know it's hard, it's a little different, but seriously, how would you treat this situation? Give me the mindset. We saying like tank it, this and that. What is the coach's mindset right now?
In the situation that they're in, you have to shake it up. You know what I'm saying? You want to put asses in the seats. I tell you, the first game that they announced that Tyler Shuck is going to be the starting quarterback,
Yeah.
that's going to put the asses in the seats.
Yeah.
But something's got to change. And I mean, the defense isn't playing bad. You look at this last game, okay? The Saints have notoriously had a good run defense. They still only gave up, 2.6, I think, against
Yeah.
Seattle. And
But
Seattle
look at,
got
but
good
Shane,
running back.
not to cut you off. Look at this comment that Chuck Thomas just posted. They have 0 to build on, maybe a lineman or two. That's not good.
And that's
It's not, but I want to say something here too, because Pancho really wasn't that far off when he said 4 to 5 years. And the reason I say that is, here's a perfect example. Look at the Chargers.
Yep.
The Chargers have looked like crap for a few years. Justin Herbert, I believe, is in his 5th year.
and that's with Justin Herbert.
Now he's taking off. You know what I'm saying? But you got to build the pieces. You have to bring it in, like Dave said, through draft and stuff like that. And they started doing that with Banks, but it's going to take more than Banks. It's going to take another piece. And the pieces that you go out and get in free agency are your tools, your wide receivers, your linemen.
Shane,
So-
is it wrong for me to say this? I'm sorry, Pancho. I'm just going to say this real quick, and you go. Is it wrong for me to say this right now? Kellen Moore and Darren and Pancho both can comment on this. Right now, Kellen Moore has improved to me that he can be a leader of men. Is that a fair statement?
Kellen Moore is it's going to take him at least 2.5 years to get the team that he wants there. He has to have the opportunity to get the players that he wants to play his system. Right now, he's going through the motions and trying to figure it out with the guys that were already there. 2 to 2.5, 3 years maybe. Then we can say, hey, look, Kellen, you got the guys. You've been here for a minute. It's either win or we're going to get somebody else.
And so what else, my whole theory on, so you're building at the O-line. So you got Fuaga on his 2nd year. You got, Banks on his, so you got them offsetting right now. So in 3 years, they're coming to the table with $25 to $29 million a year each. So you gotta have young talent to go to they all can play on that first contract. You got the first round draft to 5 years. So you're trying to get something in value to where everything works together. You're not paying everybody all at one time. You want to hit on your draft picks, so you're not paying, like you're saying, name guys to come in and try to work out something. And hopefully we could do something. If we do get the first pick this year, I wouldn't mind trading back to like the 6th, 7th pick and acquiring another first for the next year and another second or something if somebody's willing to jump on that. So hopefully the first pick is a big old asset in our pocket if we can get there.
Go
They
ahead,
should have
Dave.
done that this
Darren.
year.
What you got?
Go ahead, Darren.
I didn't say nothing.
Okay, what you saying, Dave? What you
Wait,
saying?
what's that? Oh, I didn't. No,
No, I said that's what they should have done this year in the draft. Where
Yeah.
were they at, Dave? 9?
somewhere like that. Yeah.
Like 8 or 9? They should have gone back to a 13 or a 14, acquired a couple more draft picks. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still in that top 10. You can get some good, pieces on the back end of that, what I'm saying, trading back. And, you go back to 13 or 14, and you maybe even trade back again.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel they should have done this year, because the front end, round 1 was stacked, loaded all the way from front to back in the first round of talent on the line, both offense and defense. They could have done that. This would have been a great year to do that. Then next year, look at, building other pieces around it, but you have the draft capital to do that. And I feel like they should have done that this year.
Darren, why is it that NFL organizations are scared to say the word rebuild? Why is that?
Same thing, everything else. It's about money, bro. You say rebuild, man, you're gonna have people, not rebuying their Saints season tickets, or what I'm saying? Like half these sellout pricks do now. Oh well, the Saints are sucking, but I'm gonna keep my tickets. I'm just gonna sell it to the 49ers. I'm gonna sell it to this. Bro, fuck that. Get rid of your tickets and let somebody who's a real fan get in that bitch.
Well,
No, I agree.
Darren, listen. In about 2 to 3 weeks, us season ticket holders won't be able to give the tickets away.
That's not right.
I'm telling you,
I-
bro.
I'll
I
say this.
can't. I
No,
won't be able to
Dave,
give
no,
tickets
I'll say
away.
this.
I'm
Good,
Shane made the
Pacho.
point.
Pacho,
First of all,
hold on.
I'm
I got
taking
the
offense.
simple
I'm
solution.
taking
How
offense
much
to
you
what
want for your
y'all just
rights
said.
then?
I'm taking offense to what y'all
I
just
could
said.
get anybody rights for free.
No, I'm saying, how much you want for your tickets for your
Listen,
rights
so
for the
next
tickets
year I
then?
can get you rights for free. I'm 20 years in the system, so I can get. If you want season tickets, I can get you season tickets without paying for. You don't have to pay for nobody's rights. I wouldn't
But
sell
I'm
my
saying, bro,
rights. I wouldn't sell my rights just because I've been in it for 20 years. I mean, to me, it's like you know what I'm saying? It's something.
Yeah, and how can you say it's wrong for people to say just because you don't go to a game you're not a Saints fan? That's not fair to say that.
who said that?
Well, we're saying people that's giving up their tickets and stuff like that.
Every fucking game, fucking right. Get rid of that shit, man.
No,
Give
no.
it to somebody who's gonna be in that bitch, man. You can't
Yeah.
give up your tickets every goddamn week.
No, I agree with Darren there too. And Richie, I know what you're saying, dude. I don't go to games like I used to, but like you said, I feel like I'm living on the edge like every other fan. But Darren's got a good point. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Look, I'm a Cubs fan, dude. I got my Cubs shit on. We're making the freaking playoffs, y'all. But I'm gonna tell you this: I see the Cubs fans take over other ballparks, and I've been in arenas where other teams' fans are making too much noise. I've been at Saints games where other fans make too much noise. And I'm not gonna lie to you, as a home fan, it's got to be pretty damn shitty. I know I didn't like the experience.
I
I get what Darren's saying right there.
I'll play devil's advocate, bro, because I do travel to away games, and I greatly appreciate for whoever sells me that ticket so I can attend a away game. You have the experience. Like Green Bay's like locked up. That's why you paying. Green Bay's owned by the fans, so you have to pay premium just to go to a game.
Let me ask you
just
this, Pancho. How many games did you see many opposing fans? I would go to at least a couple games a year. In the Drew Brees, Sean Payton era, this shit
But we
didn't
can't-
happen. And there was a reason why. Because you were
Richie will
winning
tell you, bro.
football games.
Richie, what is it like going to a away game?
It's awesome.
That's what I'm saying. There's no other
Listen,
feeling.
I'm gonna tell. Look, I hate to say this, and I don't want to be the. Listen, I don't want to be the bad guy, but listen, one thing we can clown and joke on this show all we want. Shane's a Raiders fan, we know that. But us four other guys, we are diehard Saints fans. We all know that. There's no bone picking about that. I truly nowadays rather go to an away game than a home game.
Richie, here's my thing, and this is what Saints fans have to do. You have to sit there. I don't care if it's a general manager of an organization or the fan in section 600. You have to have self-awareness of where your team is. And if you don't have self-awareness, you're setting yourself up for a fall as a fan, thinking this team that Pancho said might be an 0-17 team to think they're going somewhere this year. You're setting yourself up for a fall. If you're Mickey Loomis and you keep extending has-been players and you don't know how to say, hey, we suck, we need to tear this shit down,
Yeah, we can say that.
So I think it hurts you as a fan or as a general manager.
I-
Dave,
listen-
you can probably say that about 15 other franchises in the NFL. They're not going nowhere this year. You can probably say
Like,
that.
I bought tickets this year knowing for $1,200, knowing that we were probably gonna win but 3 to 4 games. Now, 3 years ago, I had 11 tickets. Now I have just 2 tickets. So that just tells you where I was at.
So you were excited for
business.
that Derek Carr era. I know it, dude.
To me, listen, this is the big deal, and this is why I'm going to refer back to Darren and Shane. We sat here and we said, and Shane just said it, it took a while for the Chargers to rebuild. It's not only talent there, Harbaugh being the coach has made a big difference too.
No,
Yeah, no
100%.
doubt. Great coach. Yeah.
100%. And the thing is with Harbaugh, last year, you look at the Chargers last year, he had to draft to be able to get the team like he wanted. That's why he took Joe Alt.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Listen,
I have a question for Darren.
Listen, not to cut you off, Pancho. We're talking about away games. Kenny Benoit that just commented. Me and him went to that Minnesota game the year of the miracle catch. The first game, we went to that one and we got stuck in Minnesota for almost a whole week because they kept delaying our flight.
Oh shit.
Damn. Not
So
good. man.
Darren, with Kellen Moore being our head coach, and being that the 4 less QBs that he had coached was winning QBs, is he a product of the QB or is the QBs just a product of Kellen Moore? How would you rank that and his success?
You gotta remember something. He's made every quarterback he's coached better. But remember, those guys all had talent too. So you can't expect any coach, no matter what his name is, to have somebody who is a terrible. Like, look, we don't have a quarterback in the room that is, Justin Herbert or Jalen Hurts or none of that. So you can't. It's unfair to really compare that. But remember something: as coaches, we can only do what we got to do with the talent we have around us. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have had the best defense in the nation this year if Shane wasn't a great recruiter and recruited me to have my second string was better than most teams' first strings.
That goes a long ways. That goes a long ways. What you think, Dad? What you think, Dave?
Hey man, no, I agree. Shane mentioned it earlier too. It's like Darren said. Okay, you have to have the pieces there. It's far too early to judge Kellen Moore. I actually saw a poll. I shit you guys not, and I don't know if y'all saw it, but there's a couple of Saints chats that have a poll going on. Should Kellen Moore be relieved of his duties? I said, you got to be freaking kidding me. And the scary thing about this, guys, believe it or not, it got up to almost 25% people saying that he should be fired. 75% of people actually have a brain and say no.
Yeah.
But there's no way you can judge this guy based on the shit show that he has. I mean, it's going to be a work in progress. I think people get spoiled. They remember Sean Payton coming off into a rebuild, basically, which we were outside of having Drew Brees and Reggie Bush. There wasn't a lot of star power on that 06 team. But it's like everybody sees that, they remember that, and they think it's that easy to get back to it. You have to appreciate how special that was back then. That doesn't happen every day. Like you talked about the Chargers. We talk about these teams like the Titans that are always struggling. I mean, Shane knows it, the Raiders. I'm not trying to mess with Shane. Trust me, dude, I grew up a Cubs fan, so I know how it is. When you have the lean years, it feels like they're going forever, and it's hard to break out of it. But
listen,
I said, it all comes back to being realistic, dude, about where you are as a team.
Before we go any further, I do want to share that me and the guys will be at the Brass Monkey in Old Town Takeover with the Big Easy Mafia this coming Sunday. So make sure to come join us, man. It's going to be a fun time. Absolute fun time.
Hey, listen. Hey, hold on, Richie. To touch on that, man, we'll be thinking about Shane while he's punching the clock.
Hey man, here's what it is.
Maybe we can sneak Shane. Maybe we can sneak Shane on screen for a little while.
Hey, we might be able to.
Hey Shane, you might have to have an 8 Mile moment, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, is it wrong for me to say this? And maybe I'm off. This has got to be probably in many years the worst secondary I've seen for the Saints in a long time.
I think it's pass rush too, Richie. Though I think you're not getting. Week one, you had a good pass rush, and you haven't done anything since.
I mean, you got 29.
Your quarterback has 5-6 seconds to throw the ball, man. I don't care who your secondary is.
Yeah.
You got Cam Jordan, who's 97 years old, trying to fucking tackle the quarterback.
I'm all for Cam going to Green Bay, going to Buffalo, going to Kansas City,
do that, Pancho.
and give him just take a 6th round, 7th round flyer, and just let that man go win something.
Listen,
I agree.
Listen, Pancho, he's on record already saying he don't want to leave. He's too old to uproot his family right now. I mean,
well, he's not uprooting. At that point, you just traveling.
You go rent a condo out in Los Angeles or wherever.
Yeah, he's just hanging out at that point.
I think one of the biggest things that people don't talk about whenever we talk about trades, it's not fantasy. You can't just, hey, here's a player, give me a player. Here's a player, give me 2 players or picks or whatever.
Right.
The salary cap means something.
$25 million. That's what we paying Cam this year.
That's what I'm saying. So somebody's got to take that on.
Yeah.
Well, you have. Well, at this point, you have it. You have to. I mean, you're not getting any production at the point.
If I got to have it, Cam Jordan is a name that would put some people in the stands. He's also a name that if I got rid of him, would put people out of the stands. So
at this point, Shane, that's a hard sell, man. At this point, because fans are. They are who the real fans know what they got. You get what I'm saying? Like they got some older, they got some people who just got the wool over their eyes and don't want to see it and just want to enjoy a Saints game. But when you come to people like the guys who know the football, the Saints at best they're gonna win 3 to 4 games this year. And there are still people that I sit around that think they're 7 to 8 wins games. I mean, I don't know. What? That's what I'm saying. It's just listen, crazy,
me and Dave talked about it off camera, and I don't know if y'all agree with me. And I asked Dave a simple question. Currently, is the Saints the worst team in the NFL? What did you say, Dave?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah.
Darren, you agree?
100%.
And NFL this year, yeah.
No doubt.
You agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Pancho, you agree?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to say this, Richie, real quick.
And that's a goddamn shame.
Huh? It is a goddamn shame. It is. But hey, I want to say this while y'all talking about the trade thing.
Not Shane.
I think our number one trade asset's Kamara, guys. I'm just going to say that because running backs are dropping around the league. He's a guy that carries weight. He never had a ton of mileage.
You got
Hard
Olave,
carries.
bro. You got Olave. That's
Olave's another one that needs to be priority number 2 because you're facing a contract extension with him that I'm not ready to commit to just yet for a finesse number 2 receiver.
and look, this is not fun. Listen, this is not sexy, bro.
I want to say this because this is what people don't understand. You got one of the most loyal fan bases in the NFL, and you got this clown in Mickey Loomis that's tearing his team apart with bad decision making, scouting, salary cap, all that. We are so far behind right now, and Pancho may be right. It may be freaking 10 years before we even have a winning season.
It's already been 4, guys. I mean, what have we been doing the last 4 years?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, here's the thing too, Dave. Just touching on what you just said, it should have started at the end of Drew Brees', you know what I'm saying, tenure.
Yeah.
We've seen the downfall start. We knew where it was headed. Get ahead of it. Start again. And right now, you wouldn't be having this conversation.
Absolutely.
We weren't committed to that Raiders quarterback, dog, that just fucking put us under for 3 years, bro.
No, but look,
God
Pancho, it started the year before that, though, like Shane said. It started
Well,
the year
yeah,
before that.
they thought David he was gonna be the savior here. I mean, come on, bro.
No, but
was
look
no
at 22.
saviors coming.
Let me ask y'all guys this.
Derek
Let me
Carr.
get back to this. Let me ask you this. Though, like Shane said, at the end of the 21 season, Drew Brees was already gone after 2020. Peyton was gone after 21. What planet or alternate universe was that team going to be better without Drew fucking Brees and Sean fucking Payton? I'm sorry.
If they would have let Jameis finish out, I mean, we would have
had
seen
people
something.
saying, and there's certain podcasts with dudes with froze and everything else telling me, and there's some of y'all that told me, you know what I'm saying? My buddies told me Jameis Winston was the answer. I told y'all from day one that dude is a backup quarterback. Where is he at 30 years old? He is a backup quarterback. He's an entertaining son of a bitch, no doubt, but he is a backup quarterback. We went and got all these silly-ass veterans. We made this bizarre trade for Chris Olave on draft day. We did all this horrible shit. Gave Cesar Ruiz an extension.
Don't you put some of that, don't you put some of that blame on Sean Payton?
No, this is not Sean. This is after Sean Payton walked in the door. Sean Payton, to me, gets no blame. Everybody says, "Oh, you should draft Lamar."
We got a draft pick. We did get a draft pick for Sean Payton. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
First rounder.
It was Sean Payton's responsibility to find a Drew Brees replacement, and he didn't do that, Dave.
No, but listen, here's my thing. Sean Payton, we were still a winning football. Remember, the year he left, we had 4 quarterbacks play that year. You had Taysom, Simeon, Jameis, maybe Ian Book, I think, even started a game with COVID in 21. So here's my thing. Sean Payton still had a winning season there. We still actually had a shot the last game of the season that we won with Taysom Hill's quarterback, who became 7-2 as a starter at that point. I'm just going to bring that up again. But we actually could have made the playoffs if the Rams lost that day. And with all the disastrous stuff that happened, that's how great of a coach Sean Payton was. So to me, he was still doing his freaking job. General manager Mickey Loomis dropped the ball on numerous occasions. In 2020, Cesar Ruiz, who was fucking god-awful, possibly the worst starting guard in NFL, we draft him. You know who was sitting on the board at that point? Jordan freaking Love was on the board at that point. So forget Lamar Jackson in 2018. I got Drew Brees over 40. I got Cesar Ruiz or Jordan Love. Which way do I go? I think that's on Sean.
Andrews Pete come knocking on the door too, bro.
Who's that?
Andrews Pete.
His but I'm saying in 2020, you had a chance to go get Jordan Love.
But we signed Pete to that second contract that fucking sunk us.
Oh, there was stupid contract after stupid contract. Mickey Loomis is a tumbling dickweed when it comes to issuing contracts.
Hey, Shane, I see you want to say something. What's up?
Yeah, that was the thing I was going to tell you, Richie. It wasn't Sean Payton's job to find the next QB though.
What's up, Lance?
It was Richie. Not Richie. It was Loomis, Mickey Loomis.
Yeah,
that's his job as a GM.
But my problem, Shane, my problem is this, Shane.
Yeah.
Sean Payton never once used a first-round pick on a quarterback his whole tenure here. He goes to Denver in his second year, uses it on a quarterback.
No, you're right, but he was going to. Let's not forget, he was going to trade up, or he was going to draft Patrick Mahomes, and ended up getting jumped. If Patrick Mahomes got drafted, I think Sean Payton's still coaching the Saints.
There you go.
But I'm gonna say this: there was phenomenal quarterbacks in the 2020 and the 2021 draft. And it was passed over both times by the New Orleans Saints. And it was the stupidest thing they could have done.
Yeah.
They could have got, even if they would have had Trevor Lawrence, man. You know what I'm saying? I know he went number 1 and all this other stuff. But, I mean, bro, there there was quarterbacks that were in those drafts that went late.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts and all these guys, bro.
We got Garrett Grayson at the time.
No, but Jameis Winston, and look, we don't like Jameis, but how big of a mistake was that? Jameis Winston was one of the worst mistakes.
Ian Book, we got Ian Book and Garrett Grayson. That's who we got, though.
No, but I'm gonna tell you who you had too. You had Taysom Hill, and I honestly, to this day, I think Sean Payton had aspirations for Taysom Hill at some point. But we've all had this conversation. I think Taysom, the injuries piled up, and his age was a problem.
I can say this. 5 quarterbacks in 2020, 5 quarterbacks in 2021. Both of those drafts, I take them over any quarterback on the Saints roster.
There you go.
So Darren,
hands down.
So Darren, if say NFL's 16, 17 game season, right?
Yep.
Can you put your main asset, your captain of your team, in that much danger as Taysom Hill, and give him the ball and just let him run this the way he does, and put a lot of time into him, coach him to be the QB, and then he takes off and gets his head knocked off like he does every other time? What is the risk reward there on him being a full-time QB with the risk he takes when he runs the ball compared to a drop back QB who might stay a little bit more healthier?
All right, so name the top 2 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Tell me which one of them don't take the fuck off.
There you go.
That's the thing.
Me and Poncho have argued this for years, Darren.
Bro, listen,
right
they played a game, bro. Let's get something straight right now.
But
they played a game. Before listen to me, bro. Sometimes I think we forget something. All of us put together in our lifetime of our salaries, if we doubled it, let's just go say 5 times, we not gonna equal what none of them guys make in 1 year. So let's stop saying that this ain't becoming pussification of football, bro. It's what it is. I coach for all the way from little league all the way to a pro team now. I see it. I watch it on Sundays, bro. Pretty soon, what's gonna have to happen is they're gonna put a goddamn flag on the quarterback. All right? Listen, the shit's pussified, bro.
no,
They get paid millions of dollars. If he's got to take a hit to get an extra first down, then that's what it is, bro. Millions.
My angle on that is the way he takes the hits and the way he gets hurt when he gets hit. It ain't Lamar and Josh Allen. They do take the hits, but they tend to know how to take the hits and when to take the hits. Now, Taysom, he gets hit, he gets hurt, and that's what my argument is. If he was more accountability,
Josh Allen's trying to bring that thunder to their ass every time he runs the ball.
Josh Allen's out there, he's trying to earn a scholarship or something, man.
Lamar's a little bit different. I agree with you on that. But when we're talking about, Taysom is not as big Taysom's not as big as Josh Allen either. But Josh Allen, if it's 3rd down and 5 and they got a linebacker 4.5 yards, he's trying to knock his shit loose.
I want to say this real quick. Poncho, I'm not disputing what you're saying. You're giving the reason. I believe, and I don't care what anybody says, I believe Taysom Hill could have been a better option in seeing what he had in 21 rather than wasting time with Jameis, who we got to look at for basically 6 years prior to that. I think you could have gave Taysom 1 year. If Sean Payton could do something with him, then so be it. But he put him in that competition and he lost it, and the rest was kind of crazy. But I agree with what you're saying. His inability to protect himself and stay healthy was the biggest reason I think Sean Payton realized that he wasn't the guy. I don't think,
and that's what I'm saying. That's why you could invest in him at that position, just because his durability issues with me.
That he's like, okay, I can't do this because he's going to keep playing a little on the reckless side.
You have to, as a coach, though, bro. As a coach, and Shane will vouch for this. It's our job to teach them that, hey, look, you're about to be our number 1 guy. You have to learn when you get out that pocket and you see that safety coming to knock your teeth out, you have to learn how to slide. You have to learn how to slide. That's why sliding protects you. You have to learn that. So the coaching staff needed to coach him up on that. But if he's never had the quote-unquote real opportunity besides 9 games in his whole career to be the starter, then he's going to do whatever he's got to do to maintain himself on this team. If not, he wouldn't even be on this team if he didn't return punch, try to block punch. You could tell Taysom Hill do anything. The dude will probably kick a field goal if you ask him.
And I think it's hard for him not to go 100 miles per hour. I think that's
I'm saying he's a huge asset to for what he is. But again, putting a lot of stock there.
Pancho, you sitting here saying, get rid of these guys. Why not trade Taysom? Get something for him.
You're not going to get the value.
I mean, Sean might give you a 6th round. I would take anything at this point, just to acquire, because at the end of the day, what is a 6th round, Darren or anybody might say? But when you stack a 6th and a 5th and a 3rd, that becomes a 2nd or so. You know, get what I'm saying? Or you get a pilot, and not that you would want to pick there, and you're gonna get a stud there, but you can use some assets to move up and get somebody that you can just throw at, because as of right now, this team isn't winning. Next year, this team isn't winning. And the following year, it doesn't look. So, what are you keeping these guys here for? For saving grace?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep Taysom, though. I will say that.
Let's switch it up. We want to talk about the league in a whole right now. You know, I know Shane want to talk about his Rays a little bit. But listen, each week Shane's going to give us his top 10 picks so far. And this is his top 10 I wanted to share with everybody. Give us your thoughts on it. You know, who you would change, where you would move a few teams at. I think it's pretty good. Myself, I would have the Bucks a little higher, but that's just my opinion. Shane, what makes you came up with that top 10?
Man, really, the Ravens fell to 1 and 2. I had to switch it up because I didn't flip them yet, but yeah. And the way the Lions looked, the way the Lions looked, against the Ravens. I mean, look, we could chalk that week 1 up to whenever they lost that game. So look, they played another top 14. So you really break it down and look at the top 10. The Colts for me is the biggest one that is shot up this year. Yeah. Biggest surprise, and I don't see him slowing down, to be honest. That division is very weak, and Danny Dimes has been throwing down. He's now he's starting to get Michael Pittman involved. And, the biggest thing with them, with the Colts, like I say with the Bills, you don't have that number 1 wide receiver where we're going to double this guy and shut it down. No, he spreads the ball around, and what are you going to do? Then on top of that, you still got to stop Jonathan Taylor. Right. One thing that I can say about these teams are, though, if you look at these teams, majority of them have a top-tier running back.
Interesting.
They have a top-tier running back to sit there and assist that quarterback.
So you're saying we got a chance, right?
No, I didn't say that.
I'm just asking. I was asking for a friend, dog. So.
I said top tier running back, not second tier.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, I'm not being biased because I know I'm gonna hear from Darren. Lord knows I'm hearing. I think you leaving. I think you leaving the Chiefs out.
No,
they got to win a game, Rich.
Here's the thing: the Chiefs are 1 and 2, and they lost.
Right. No, hear me out. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh yeah.
I think leaving the Chiefs out, I think right now is actually what deserving. But
here we fucking go with this bullshit again.
This is what I think.
As long as we don't talk Colorado.
Listen, I think the whole thing's gonna change for the Chiefs once they get Worthy, Rashid Rice back. I think a lot of things are gonna change for that team.
Richard, you need to start giving Isaiah Pacheco the ball and send Kareem Hunt off to another planet somewhere. I'm sorry, man.
Look, and listen, I'm gonna tell you. Before the season is over with, Isaiah, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, Isaiah Pacheco is going to be the backup running back, and Kareem Hunt ain't the starter. It's that 4th round draft pick they picked.
Bingo.
Rashad Smith. Hey, look, Shane, you know what's coming up. And let's be real. What do good organizations do? If they're on the fence about paying Pacheco after this season, they're already trying to groom their next guy.
Move him out.
And, I mean, let's be real. I love Pacheco, but it could be a moving on point.
They need a running back. We'll send Kamara. I'll take a 3rd round pick right now for him.
Well, Richie, the trade market is there for Kamara right now. That's what I'm saying. Why not take advantage of it?
It's not something that hasn't been done. It's not something that hasn't been done by the Chiefs before. You remember they just had CEH.
Yeah.
Well, what happened when he wasn't producing? That's the only reason Pacheco got in the game. The biggest trade piece I think that the Chiefs need to go after, in my opinion, is Breece Hall.
It could happen. I mean, look, it definitely – apparently something's wrong over there with the Jets and him. You know what I mean? Hey, real quick on your Colts take, real quick, Shane. I don't know about you guys agreeing on this. I think the thing that's beautiful about the Colts is people forget about the Colts. 2 years ago, they were playing in Week 17 or Week 18, whatever the hell it is now, against the Texans, against C.J. Stroud as a rookie. And remember, whoever won that game was going to win the division and get in the playoffs. And we forget that they were in that game, and their quarterback was Gardner freaking Minshew. So, like you said, the team was starting to the team was in place. Like me and Pancho always talk about that as well. The team was in place waiting for the quarterback to get there.
Yeah.
And now Daniel Jones comes into a spot where he's never had a great tight end, running back, good receiving core all in one place. And he has that here. So sometimes you put that team in place, you find a perfect marriage for a quarterback with potential, and it could happen. You know what I mean? It's not
I'm
rocket
going to tell you this. Also, Dave, just touching on it. What's a quarterback's best friend? It's a tight end.
Absolutely.
What did they do in the draft? They went and got the best tight end in the draft, which was a fumble by the Chicago Bears because the Bears took Loveland over Tyler Warren.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah,
Didn't Derek Carr have fucking 2-0 last year, bro? And took off like a bat out of hell
What's that?
for the Saints.
What do you have?
When we went 2-0, was it last year?
Yeah.
We thought we fucking struck gold, and it came back down to earth.
Yeah.
Shane, on your picks, I don't know if
I mean, is that a
Wait a
Danny
minute.
Dimes situation, or is Danny Dimes the real deal?
I don't think you had as good of a
on
situation as
your
Danny Dimes
picks,
has.
On your picks, the only thing I would say, and Darren, maybe you can, if you disagree with me, agree with me. Me personally, if I had to pick a team, and I'm just being honest. If I had to pick my best team in the NFC right now, I would pick the Bucs.
I got to stick with the Eagles, man. Eagles in the NFC. I think the Eagles, for me, Darren, what you think? As far as like complete team, bro, complete team, offense, defense, special teams, coach.
Hey, I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles for sure. And then my second pick, I mean, the Lions are in the NFC, right?
Yeah.
But they got
All
their
right,
butt
I'm about to
whacked.
say nobody. Every time we start talking about it, people just like,
Yeah, but
I know they are.
We can't forget that butt whipping they took from Green Bay.
Listen to me, okay? So they lost a division game.
They got destroyed.
It was a division game.
Come
You
back
realize
and
the Saints?
beat the mess
You
out of the
realize the
Ravens.
Saints could be 0-14 and beat the shit out of the Tampa Bay Bucks because it's a division game, man.
I mean,
that's what people
Listen,
gotta
bro.
remember.
Anybody can win. This past week will tell you exactly. I had the Green Bay on a Super Bowl run right now until they hit the Cleveland Browns and stopped them dead in their tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can win on any given day.
Well,
Like
guess what?
Darren
You
Shane
telling me, you telling me one
ago.
loss?
Yeah.
You telling me one loss makes them not a
Well, guess
Super
what?
Bowl?
No, definitely not.
No,
I'm
they'll
not
be
saying that,
top
but
three
I'm
in
just
the
saying
NFC
you can be
East.
humbled real quick, right?
Yeah.
You can eat some humble pie.
Look, Shane and Darren picked the Eagles. It's gonna play itself out because guess what? Eagles roll into Tampa this week, so you're about to find out.
yeah,
Eagles
and
to Tampa this week in Tampa.
Yep.
Hey,
Last
so
time they played was
Darren, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, Shane, didn't we have Green Bay on a nice Super Bowl run?
That was my pick, Pancho, for the season.
I know, but
I want to say, like all. Of
I was high on them too, and I still am. I'm not saying I'm not, but I'm just saying the Browns humbled them real quick. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna say this about the Browns.
Darren, listen, Shane, I want you to elaborate. And Pancho makes a great point, and Darren too, especially defensive mind. People don't realize how good that Cleveland defense is.
That's what I was gonna say. I was just about to say that if Cleveland had anything on offense, and I mean anything, and listen, they got one. They just found him. He's about to start up again. Quinshawn Judkins.
Yeah.
But if they had anything on offense, that team
Shador
would be hell to deal with. It would.
He's in the house right now. He's got to play him.
I'm telling you, man, like that defense for the Browns.
Oh God, here we fucking go.
Well, look, Shane. Hey, Shane, when you say this too, they got to look. Shane, you made a good point with Quinshawn Judkins. I like Cedric Tillman. I think Harold Fannin at tight end has potential. You have a top 5 caliber defense if they're healthy. If Shador does come into play, there are a few pieces. It still needs some improvement, but Cedric Tillman, Jerry Jeudy, Harold Fannin, David Njoku, Judkins. Look, man, Cleveland could improve. They're in a lot better situation than we are.
I'm looking at the quarterback play in Cleveland. Why don't you make the change? I don't give a damn if you go to Gabriel right now.
Right.
Go to one of them.
Because he's garbage.
But we got to see it, though, right, Rich? We got to see it.
Garbage, and then let Shador go out there. If
Russell Wilson could get benched this early, I think you could bench Flacco.
Yeah.
I was talking about Gabriel.
That's what I'm saying. No, I said let him go out there and be garbage, and then let Shador go out there.
Yeah.
You know,
Listen, I think they should give the kid a chance. I honestly do. I think they should give Shador a chance. I do.
what's the worst that can happen right now?
Yeah.
You know, hey, look,
You know the
and I'm
fans
gonna
want
tell
it. The dog pound, man.
I
they're
would give
one
up a
injury.
4th round pick right now for him.
The Cleveland Browns are one injury to Lamar Jackson from being even with the rest of the teams in their division.
Listen, we all. You think it's bad now? Wait till this kid Jackson Dart goes out this week and proves everybody. Lord have mercy.
Hey, I'm just gonna say something there. Yeah, the dog knows what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It ain't even my
There
dog
goes
this
the
time.
dogs.
It ain't even mine this time. But hey, man, Jackson
Yeah,
Dart, dude.
my bad, fellas.
I'm eager for that game. No, I'm joking, man. My dogs actually, I don't know what kind of drugs we gave them, but they're actually calm. But no, hey, Jackson Dart, dude, I'm excited about that game. That's one of my.
So look, I got a
games.
question for Darren and Shane.
Yeah, go ahead.
This past week in our NFL games, how awesome, to me it was awesome. The special teams and a defensive play this past week, man, to me stood out a lot between block punts, field goals, pick sixes, and I mean it got to be pretty defensive and special teams heavy this week.
Yeah, I mean, look, you had 5 blocked field goals. 2 of them returned for 6 points by the guys that blocked them.
Yep.
One of them, Jordan Davis, who's down at 300 pounds, reached 18.7 miles an hour running down the field, which is insanity.
Nice.
But look, I mean, it comes back down to it. Darren will tell you, just like anybody else, man, that coaches ball. Defense is supposed to win the game.
On the special team side, Darren, how to have them 2 guys put them over the guards on a kick, to have them 2 guys, because normally isn't your lineman on the offensive side is like backup lineman on the field goal team? That's not your starting guards, is it?
Well, that just depends. So, like how we did it, me and Shane, how we always do it is my starting defensive line stays out there for that because it's crucial. Because I don't believe that offense, defense is the 2 main things. I believe that it's 33% across the board, offense, defense, and special teams. And if this weekend didn't prove that to everybody, then y'all really need to stop watching football because those blocked field goals, 2 of them returned for touchdowns. One of them ended the game, correct?
I think just put Davis and Carter over the guards on that. Man, that's a heavy load to be, So you might see more of that. I mean, that fared out pretty well for them.
Look at our game, guys. Look how special teams affected our game.
Here's a new topic, fellas. I want to see how you guys feel about this. Richie, how do you feel about the tush push, man? Because I see a lot of stuff coming out about it now. The biggest problem that I see with it is the amount of false starts that's not getting called.
The pre-snap movement.
Yeah. It looks like they're lining up in the neutral zone. I mean, on a lot of these plays, man.
And the guards are teeing off, a half a second earlier than the ball being snapped.
Hey, I got a question.
To me, you make
a
good point on that, Shane. To me, Darren,
Hey.
I don't know if you agree with me. To me, with the tush push, I think if you're doing that, with like what you just said, especially like Dave said, where they lining up at, and then the false starts and stuff, I think they should have to line at least a half a yard up behind with the line of scrimmage.
We can't change the rules.
Why can't you?
Right.
The rules are the rules. I mean, you can't bend the rules either. At this point, it's either it's black or white. It's either don't jump off sides or you do, and it's either one. And it's the ref's jobs to catch that.
Why can't we treat that like the leverage play on field goal blocks?
And yeah, I mean, and it's a problem. It's the sleight of eye. The Eagles got that shit so down pat that it's getting past the basic normal eye, movement. So it might. Do you restart replaying it just because it's a tush push? I mean, then you start getting, opening up a can of worms. So it has to be regulated somehow where there's no pre-snap movement because they got it down to a science at this point.
Right. So hold on. Here's my question. Just yes or no. Helmet to helmet is still illegal, correct? No matter what the player is, right? Helmet to helmet, right?
Crown, yeah.
So what happens when what happens when you get a basket case linebacker dives over the center and cracks Jalen Hurts in his head? All right. So then they're gonna call a penalty on the defense, of course. You get what I'm saying? Like this is so. Remember when I played football, and I mean we all close roughly to the same age. Even Shane just now joined the 40 club. So
50
Listen,
club.
we couldn't pull nobody. We couldn't pull nobody. We couldn't push nobody. There was no assisting.
Right.
I think it needs to go back to that because not only that, did y'all see the counter that they run off of the tush push? Bruh.
Yeah, they're going to
That
start,
is
like you said,
virtually,
Darren, they're going to start adjusting different plays based on that, man. They're
bro,
gonna,
listen to me. They ran it already.
yeah.
Dude, he goes up the middle and he just puts his hand behind him. And they got one of their guys coming on a jet sweep and he's gone.
So I
Nobody
got
even looking at him.
I do have a question. There was a clip I seen on SportsCenter where the coach of the college team, he had his guys running suicides after the game. Is that something you would agree upon on the spot, or is that something you would handle behind closed doors?
If a coach has his guys running suicides after a game,
Yes.
I think the coach needs to be fined because that's ignorant.
Yep.
Your players
So-
play the freaking game.
Hey, so me and Shane, I would say that between me and Shane, we probably, in our profession, and our level, we probably run players more than, I'm going to say, 95% of coaches. But I'm telling you right now, me and Shane, we have gotten little spats on the field. It's okay. Like we talk about this all the time. He's my head coach on the field, usually. So it's okay. We all friends after that. But but if Shane tried to run my guys after a game, that would be a fucking blowout argument. And I'm sure it would be vice versa if I tried to run my guys after a game. That is the most dumb thing I've probably ever heard. And not only should he be fined, he should be fired immediately.
I agree.
Hey guys, real quick, I got a question I want to throw out there because it's an elephant in the room and we're not talking about it. What week does Tyler Shuck take over as quarterback for the Saints?
6.
Yeah,
My
I'd say
opinion.
7. I'd say 7 to 8.
Anybody?
I don't think he does.
I mean,
Hey, bro.
as of today, he's still not playing
What-
with a full deck. I understand you got to play with
Hey.
the guys you got, but at the end of the day, he's not losing the game. He's not winning you the game,
What-
but he's not losing
what-
you the game in the same
What
breath.
what has Spencer Rattler done so bad that everybody wants him replaced, though?
I mean, I'm
It-
I'm
it's-
glad
This is why I
him
wanted-
being
this is
there.
why I wanted to do this, Darren. This is why I wanted to have this conversation.
Right. So I'm not the biggest Rat fan. Everybody knows that. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think what we need moving forward is in our quarterback room, unlike Cleveland. I think Cleveland, whether it be Shador or whether it be Gabriel, one of the problems. I don't see, thank you, Chuck. I'm about to say that right now. I don't think that Rattler is that Rat's the problem, okay? You have some drop balls. I mean, let's face it. The first game we played, he put that ball on the money to Juwan Johnson for us to take the lead with no time left, or however much time was left. You get what I'm saying? I don't
Not
think
an easy
that at
catch though
all.
either. Not an ezy catch.
It's not, but it hit his hands. He get paid
No, it was
millions
a
of
good
dollars.
throw. No, you're right. Good throw. Semi-difficult catch, I guess, right?
No. It was a difficult catch for sure.
Yeah, yeah. That's
You
what I'm
know,
saying. I mean,
Darren-
the throw. I give him kudos on the throw, but I listen, and I'm harder on Juwan probably than most. I don't hate him on that one because of the play that was made by the defender, the situation.
But we're talking about Rattler right now. We're not talking about Juwan Johnson. Chris Olave done had a couple of them hit him right in between his numbers.
Yeah, let me.
Oh,
and this is
for
what I
me-
want to say about Rattler, real quick. So
Go
we talk about how he's not the problem. This is Pancho and Darren. This is where y'all going with it, right? He's not the problem. Here's my question though: has he shown you anything that he could be the solution?
No.
That's what, and that's what. Listen,
Right.
so here, I'm gonna give it to all you guys in about a minute. Just need a minute here. So last year, more turnovers and touchdowns. 10 games we saw, right? Oh no, 7 games, 8 games. We've seen 3 games this year. Like Pancho says, not entirely his fault. I'm not putting the losses on Rattler, but week 1, not very good. Week 2 was his best game I've seen him have as a Saint, honestly. Week 3, not very good. He could have easily had 3 or 4 picks in that game based on drops by the defenders. So I find bad ball placement. I still think he's missing guys open downfield. His air yards per attempt are terrible.
You know who you describing?
If
You know who
look
you
at their
describing the
numbers-
last 2 years?
Hold on 1 second. His air yards per attempt are barely 5 yards. Most of this guy's completions are less than 5 yards in the air. So Or are we just playing it safe and just going through the motions and him buying himself another week? Or are we actually going to see Tyler Shuck get out there and try to move this offense and try to go to the next level? Because this 4-yard dump offs and going 58 completion percentage, 180 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception, that's not getting you nowhere. I
Hey,
want to
Dave,
look at Tyler Shuck and see what
if
he's got.
if he learned how to actually dump off, so I don't understand how the hell that yards in the air shit is even accurate. I'm not saying that's not because you reading it. I'm saying he goes across the middle too much. Listen, I can't tell you the amount of times, and I guess because I got AK in fantasy, I'm like, hey, look, there he is. He's open in the flat. He don't even look in the flat for AK or for Kendre Miller. Like, if he learned how to do that, he'd be a lot better. So what's the point in bringing in Shuck? Do we want Shuck to come in and win 3 games so we go from a top 3 pick to a top 7 pick?
So, Darren,
No.
you got to look at him. You have to look at him. You used a 40th pick on this guy. You have to get a long look at Shuck. You can't get just 2 or 3 games, in my opinion, to look at Shuck. You have to go look at this guy before next year's draft.
You just gave Danny Dimes a pass, but you're not going to give Rattler a pass.
What are you talking about?
What?
Danny Dimes, what he did in New York, he didn't have this, he didn't have that, he didn't have this. Now he's on the Colts and he's doing that. Rattler don't have any. Rattler has worse than what Danny Dimes had.
What's that now?
You think?
Rattler has worse than what Danny Dimes had.
I'm
Absolutely.
not sure about that, Poncho.
No.
Absolutely. Who
No,
you getting?
Daniel Jones had better numbers, A. He was a first-round pick, B.
Who was his
and
running
that's
back?
all you need right there.
Who was his running back?
Who was injured a lot?
Who was his
Saquon Barkley?
receivers? He had Malik
He had
Neighbors 1 year,
Saquon.
Poncho. That's it.
He had
He had
Saquon.
Barkley,
That's what I'm
Al
saying.
Barkley,
He had
Neighbors.
Saquon. That's what I'm
Not
trying to get
together,
to.
though. They
Daniel
weren't never
Jones
together.
had Malik Neighbors for like 4 games.
Yeah.
He didn't have him a whole season. You know what I'm saying? His receivers were Sterling Shepard. You know,
First-round
he didn't
pick,
have
by the way. Not
right.
a fifth-round pick.
He didn't have a Chris Olave. You know what I'm saying? Saquon was known with the Giants for being injury prone.
Yeah.
That was his whole thing. So, like, Daniel Jones, and look, Daniel Jones is an underrated runner as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Better athlete
So,
than Rattler. Better
it's
arm
a
talent.
position thing. But when it comes to Rattler, I kind of this is why I agree with you, Dave, and what you're saying. 100%. I said week 6. It's not. And Darren, I don't think Tyler Shuck's going to come in and win a game, much less
Right.
1 or 2 or 3. But
Well, thank God. Thank God for
you,
that, okay?
you spent the draft capital on him, so you got to see what he has. Is there something to build on? Is there nothing to build on? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if it's a little bit to build on, you can trade him. Same thing the Eagles did with Kenny Pickett, and Arizona did with Josh Rosen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you got to see what you got.
You have to see it. That's the key word. Because we're not doing nothing this year. We need to look at guys. This is an audition for the
I'm not doing it in week 5 though. It doesn't- I mean,
week 6, I'm kind of with Shane.
dude,
is. I'm saying
if
week
fucking
5, but
Shuck
after
goes
week
out
6
there and throws a fucking bomb and the first 2 games, I'm saying ifs because you know what I'm saying we're going off of ifs. If he throws the bomb, then what are you doing? You going back to Rat?
No. I think you got to
You can't. So you have to get past 10, 11 to where you can let Shuck ride it out and not have to bring somebody back in.
That's too few games for me, Poncho. That's too few games. I
7
need to see at
games?
least 9 or 10 games from this kid.
If you wait till
7
week
games?
11 or week 12, you're also taking the potential of putting him in a situation like Rattler was in last year, where somebody else is hurt and you don't have the weapons to see what he actually can do.
Great
You know,
call. Great
Well,
call.
here's the
Absolutely.
thing, too. You got a guy like Raheem Shaheed, he's not getting the long ball right now because Spencer Rattler can't throw it.
No, you ain't got the time to throw it, Shane. You got 2 seconds and
Poncho, he missed Alvin Kamara on a wide open pass. He
1 out of
missed
60.
true.
1 out of
wide
60
open.
downs.
Hey,
Spencer Rattler's biggest
Dave's
problem.
right.
Spencer Rattler's biggest problem for me is not his mechanics, it's not missing throws, it's his pre-snap read. He does not take his pre-snap read for what is given. Like Darren said, I would probably be willing to say on at least 40% of passing plays, Alvin Kamara coming out of the backfield is not – he doesn't have a guy within 7 yards.
Bruh.
You
Tell
literally
me.
could just float it to him.
Bro, it's
There
unreal.
was a play
Hey,
last game, an obvious one.
so listen to me.
that's the thing.
We need to take a page out of the Giants playbook. I didn't even know that they sucking right now. They said that they're going with Jackson Dart for the remainder of the season. So they don't care if he comes out in bombs or not. They need to see what they have in him. So
Yeah.
Dave, I can see where I can agree with your point then if you since you put it like that.
Yeah, because look what's going on in Atlanta right now, guys. How long did they take a look at Michael Penix? What, 3 games last year? Obviously, that's not proven to be pretty good right now. He's getting benched already, perhaps. You
CJ
have to get
Stroud. I
8,
mean, we can go
9
on.
games.
CJ Stroud. I mean, you can
CJ Stroud's a much better quarterback than any of these guys we're talking about, though. He's just having a bad run, and that team needs a little work on offense.
Well, look, fellas, we're about to get out of here. The game's about to start. My iPad's about to die. We're going to get out of here. Well, listen, make sure to join us. Make sure to join us, like I said, all of
Sunday.
Sunday.
It'll be fun. Thank y'all, fellas, for joining me, man. Y'all have a great night.
All right,
All right, guys.
do that.